Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, in the world of pro touring Chevelles, mother of all evil, this right here, built by Barney Squires of Performance Auto Crafters. We have all the details, photos, all kinds of information about this. The builder's still around. It's just a spectacular, no expense spared, ridiculous build on this car. Well into the 120 range spent on it. You don't get paint like this. You don't get air ride, drivetrain, interior without spending a lot of money. And I have to tell you, man, it is spectacular. Now you're looking at the video and you go, wow, that's really a nice car. Well, I have to tell you, yes, it's really a nice car, but looking at it just right here is just average. You need to look underneath this car. They spent weeks filling in the seams, smoothing out the underneath of the car. I'm telling you what, man, if you go to a car show, buy yourself some mirrors, slip them under there, and just find a place to put your first place ribbon or first place trophy, because this car is over the top. It's just spectacular. Anyway, so let's talk about paint and things like that. So somewhere around $20,000 to do the custom airbrushing, the paint and body, the underneath and things like that on this car. And I want to show you the quality of the paint first, because first off, it's spectacular. So come on up here and see this. You'll never see clearer paint than you will right there, reading that exact words and all of that right there. Seeing exactly the hands on the watch and the time and what have you. Okay, check out these beautiful ghost flames. This is all done by hand. Barney's very, very talented and is known throughout the country. Not only that, he's a racer too, but these guys know how to build a car and they know how to make one go fast as well. So let's take a walk around, we'll look for a little bit. Listen, normally we have one sheet on the windshields of these cars when you come in here. This one happens to have two, so I apologize, but I'm gonna probably have to read a few things off of here because it's impossible to remember everything about every car, and especially this car with so much on it. All right, so come on in here. So this isn't just regular disc brakes all the way around. This is four-wheel disc brakes. They're Wilwoods, all right? They're cross-drilled, they're slotted, they're vented, okay? They got the riveted hats on them. Billet Specialties rims, 18s and 20s, and beautiful. Check out the stance of this car when it's off on the air system. And this one here is a top-of-the-line air system too. So I've driven a lot of air ride cars. Some are so stiff, they bounce around like there's really no shocks in them at all. This car here rides spectacular. And if you want to, you can also get a remote control, which raises it to the preset level when you come out of the restaurant, or as when you get out of the car and you walk away, you hit the button and it lowers itself down. I mean, how bad is that? Wow. All right, let's take a peek under the hood, but what I wanted to tell you also is this is House of Colors Magic Blue. It's expensive. It shows well, and that's why it's expensive, because the detail that it shows up inside here. All right, so anyway, check this out. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. You gotta spend a minute, you gotta look around this car, you gotta see all of the things that are here. Because if you were building a car, this is pages and pages and pages of ordering. Once you get to that level, but first you have to research. Then you have to find out if those components will work together. You talk to the vendors. I'm telling you, that's why this car took 3 years. That's why it'll take you 3 years if you don't buy something like this, and you'll spend 3 times the amount getting it all done. So come on up here and let's check this out. You got aluminum head, 468 cubic inch, big block. You got ceramic coated headers, you got tubular control arms right there. Check out the use of the braided stainless. So instead of running the air conditioning lines over top of the engine, they ran them inside the fender here and put the fittings like that. Look at the detail of just the firewall alone. Completely smooth, welded closed, buffed, shined, not to mention the airbrushing inside here as well. Look at the size of the radiator. This is a Be Cool radiator. It doesn't even fit in the normal slot. And again, that's the way you want it. I'm gonna tell you why you want that, because if you're gonna go to a car show in this car with this big motor, the air conditioning that this has on it running, right? The other ancillary products, it's a hot day, these engines make a lot of heat, you want this kind of setup here. You have your electric fans here, 2 of them, also in chrome, and this is a module, so check this out for a second. So it has in it, built in, all of this system. It's called a Be Cool module. And what it does is it allows this car to run really nice and cool, because the last thing you'd want to do is go to a car show or something like that and the engine throw up all over the ground when you go to your parking space. And this allows you to sit in traffic, go to the beach in this car, take the family for a ride, go for a 3-hour cruise if you want to, knowing that the car is really comfortable inside, which we haven't even got to that part yet, okay? But air conditioning, the serpentine belt system, like check out this serpentine belt system. Check out this over here. Come on around here for a second, because I want you to see some other detail stuff. The serpentine belt system alone, right here, that whole system with the power steering upgrade, okay, $2,500. Not to mention the engine, $13,000. This has the upgraded AGR, fast ratio steering box, all the braided lines that are in here. How about the Wilwood Power 4-wheel disc brakes with a chrome booster? On and on and on. Just everything is done. A Demon carburetor, specially tuned for this engine. Everything's either plated, polished, painted, detailed, chromed, stainless fasteners. The reason I get so excited about this stuff is we build cars here all the time, and now we build cars with Barney, because Barney built this car and he did an awesome job. I'm just telling you, man, if you wanted to get a really cool car, this car is spectacular. And I'm showing you this little stuff. You say, well, what's the big deal about a stainless fastener? Well, what that does is allows you to have this same kind of car 5 years from now. So you don't have rusty bolts, you don't have chipped paint and washers, having to replace things like that, because it was built to last with quality parts. You know, looking under the engine compartment is a spectacular view, right? I want to show you one other view that people from behind you while they're following you, or somebody maybe decided to challenge you, are going to see. Check this out. Look at the detail here. Stainless steel gas tank, fuel sending units built in, stainless steel exhaust, it's all polished. The exhaust is even polished, man. Look at that. Braided lines everywhere, stainless clamps, mufflers, tips, painted panels, pieces, even the frame is painted a different color than the entire car. Just absolutely gorgeous. Here, let's look inside this ugly trunk. Look at this, okay? All of this even lights up. You turn the light on in here, check that out. Huh? How cool is that? The neon lights that are all inside there. This right here, nitrous bottle, never been used. It's hooked up, but never been used. It's another 150 horsepower. So it starts out at somewhere around 500 horsepower. This thing takes it to 650 if you decide you want to do that. It's built for it, but it has never been used. So, you know, make sure that you point the car straight if you decide to do that. But anyway, this all here matches all the hard work and detail inside the interior. Like, look at this. Guys, you guys have no idea. This trunk alone was probably $3,000 or $4,000 to do. All the pieces, the cutting, the sound system, the kicker amps, subwoofers. Again, stainless steel bolt in here, even holding the trunk lid on. This is such a great car, man. Wow. Look at the fit and finish on this thing, man. It is spectacular. All right, so let's move inside here. Before I get inside, I wanted to just point out a couple things. Like, check out this package tray, how it's designed, okay, mimics the door panel and the trunk design and things like that. This looks like to be a leather headliner, leather seating, leather panels in here that are custom made carpets, console, floor mats. Everything in here is like custom. So this has some really cool stuff that's also hidden. Like, check out the door armrests, the way they're carved in there like that. All right. This is kind of cool too. This is a remote. All right. This is for the air ride, and it has in here, so you can see, it has low, high, and ride. So however you want to ride, that's how you do that. Okay, so as we move in through here, it's got power windows, got air conditioning, got this great dash in here, got AM, FM, satellite, all of that in here, these cool billet vents, custom dash, it's got tilt wheel, polished billet column, billet pedals, air conditioning and modern heating that we talked about, okay? It has a nitrous button right here, which is built in. It has this really cool switch right here. When you go ahead and flip that up, it opens the nitrous bottle mechanically so you don't have to. How cool is that, huh? Sneaky. All right, so inside the console here is the air ride system. Also has a place for iPod connector, okay? Remote control for the stereo, all right? I'll go ahead and turn the car on. It'll go ahead and pump up the air suspension. Everything's going on right now. Check this out, huh? This is like an event. Got all kinds of features in here. There's a lot of stuff you need to learn if you decide to get this car. It's going to take a little while to learn all the things like, you know, the power windows, how nice are they, tinted glass, which is really cool. Everything just works so nicely in this car. Turn up the sound system. Here's this lighted red switch we talked about. This right here has a mechanical device that opens the top of the NOS bottle. That is just so cool. okay? And again, like we said, tilt wheel, all the billet stuff, all polished. It's cool. This is like suede and leather wrapped wheel, custom made for this car. These great handles and the billet, what have you. It's just really, really nice. Carbon fiber, Autometer ultralight gauges. Look, even like the stainless fasteners that are used throughout the dash to kind of match the little bit of polished billet in there. The shifter is really, really nice. As you're driving down the road, you drive and do your thing, then you finally pull up to the valet at the restaurant. You know, they got a Porsche there, Ferrari. The guy at the valet is, you know, wide-eyed because of this bad ride. And you pull up and the guy's done with dinner and comes out to get his Ferrari, and this is what you do. And you look over to the side of him and you say, this is what you say. You say, how you doing? All right, so listen, I wanted to show you a little more detail because as you walk around this car, the more you look, the more you find of incredible pieces. All of this is painted inside of here. Coming around here and look at the stainless bolts inside there. We talked about the big brakes that are on there. All right, so here, come check this out for a second because this is really cool. All of this is painted charcoal gray, and then all the cables and wiring and things are inside the frame, so there's nothing hanging out underneath here. Look, all painted, exhaust is polished. The attention to detail is incredible, not to mention the man hours that it took to put all of this together. This is truly a show car that you could drive and you could go someplace and have some fun with it. And the drivetrain is spectacular too because it's a built drivetrain. It's fast. It looks good. It handles like a dream. It has a tubular suspension. It has an air ride. I mean, it's just an amazing piece. Come on down here. It doesn't stop. These Chicane alloys are beautiful, by the way. Okay. BF Goodrich is on here, not cheap tires, G-Force TAs, Wilwood cross-drilled and slotted rear rotors as well. Look in here. You can see how the rear end is all tied together. It's got the big rear sway bar. It's got a front sway bar. The car drives really nice. It just never stops. You know, in closing up the video on this car, we talked about the House of Colors paint. We talked about the hand-built V8 aluminum heads, all the dialed-in features like the air conditioning and modern heat, this cool kind of still functional 70s vintage design. But this right here is still a cool piece today. Incredible interior, four-wheel disc brakes, air ride suspension. The list is so long and long, I mean, it just goes on and on. I'm telling you, watch this video a couple of times, you'll say, wow, that is a spectacular car. And I've got to tell you, if you can find a way to get this car into your life, you need to do it. Someone's going to get it quickly, they're going to benefit from an awesome, awesome car, and you're going to miss out. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about the 72 Chevelle Pro Touring.